what happens when the fourth turning meets fifth generation warfare.
A commentator, international social media sensation, and former Navy intelligence veteran.
This is Human Events with your host, Jack Posobiec.
Christ is king.
All right, Jack Posobiec, we're here in the Executive Eisenhower office building at the White House complex, and we're here sitting down with Alina Habba, who is currently the counselor to the president, but I hear you may be wearing a new hat come soon. Can you walk us through that? So you've now been appointed, and we saw the President Trump's post about this, the interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey.
Yep, I'm really excited. Interim U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey. So the chief law enforcement prosecutor, chief fed out there.
Chief fed. You're going to be a fed.
It's funny because in New Jersey, as opposed to a state like New York, there's sometimes multiple USAs.
Right.
New Jersey has one. So I have the whole state, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be starting next week.
Well, you're not going to have a lot to do. I mean, there's no criminals in New Jersey, right?
Of course not.
No, never.
Yeah, I was so excited to see the MS-13 gang leader get arrested,
Yes.
and Tom Homan did a stand-up job with that with Pam and everybody at DOJ. But I just can't wait to go do it myself and get our streets cleaned up. New Jersey's been my home. I was born and raised there. I'm raising my children in New Jersey, and I can't wait to get in there and just fix it. It needs a lot of fixing.
Well, as a Pennsylvania guy, I have to say New Jersey definitely needs a lot of fixing.
It's a great state. I think it's just, when I was looking at the portfolio of things, I was, I'm not sure why there's less criminal cases open in the DOJ right now than there are civil. That shouldn't be the case. We need to get crime out. We need to start prosecuting criminals, and that's what I plan to do.
What kind of, obviously when this opportunity came up, what did you have to weigh looking at obviously your position in the White House versus this?
Well,
it sounds like you wanted to go home.
I did not actually.
Honestly,
I did. I was so happy here, and it was surprising. The president.
No, I don't mean you wanted to go home from the White House, but that there's that appeal of being able to clean up home.
For sure. I think I asked a lot of questions. I spoke to the president, and I just asked a lot of questions. It was his idea. He's like, I think you should do this. We need strong people in the DOJ. We need New Jersey is obviously one of the places that he calls home, so it's an important state on many levels. And he's like, "You're a Jersey girl. Like, who better to do it?" And I said, "I don't want to leave the White House. It makes me sad." He's like, "You're not leaving. You can come back whenever you want. Just go do. You're going to do a stand-up job." And I'm really excited. Honestly, it's such an honor.
When he asks you to do something,
but it's an honor. I mean, what a great job as an attorney who's practiced for the better of 20 years. I'm honored to be a U.S. attorney, and him and I have gone through war and hell and back, and it's really just such a privilege. Yeah,
it is. And by the way, we were just talking a little bit before, but there's been quite a few interesting characters that have had that seat before, haven't they?
Mm-hmm, yeah, Governor Christie had the seat. There have been 2 Supreme Court justices that have had that seat. It's a very powerful, impressive job. It's amazing. There's only one USA, like I said, and you have a very large amount of control over, ATF, FBI, and all that in the state of New Jersey. And to work for Pam Bondi is just such a gift. Pam, Todd, Emil, they're all my friends, and I've been working with them for years anyway. So this is the easiest transition.
When
my kids, I get to see my kids, so that's an added benefit.
Of course. When it comes down to it, though, it feels like the DOJ, for so many years now, has been. I'm still floored by you saying that there are more civil cases open than criminal.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
It shouldn't be like that. And prior to this, of course, how many of those criminal cases were J6 cases, and it's somebody's praying on the steps of a pro-life clinic or of an abortion clinic, and they're a pro-lifer or something.
I mean, that's going to be a priority to look at for me.
It's not. These are not the type of people. When I hear ATF, when I hear FBI, when I hear these organizations, DEA, et cetera, that you want to actually, SEC, that you want to actually be cleaning up the country.
I'm going to be going after every single thing in the president's directive. Violent crime is first. The president has made it clear illegal immigration is important to us. We need to clean up our borders. We need to clean up our cities. But safety and security and whatever my job covers, I will make sure to just crush it. I'm not going to be weak, as anybody could imagine. I'll be really hard on crime. I don't think New Jersey has had that for some time. So just looking at some of the cases that haven't been open, that should be open, some of the things that I've seen, and anybody who is on social media, I've been reading. There have been a lot of people from New Jersey that when I was announced were pointing out things in New Jersey that bothered them. Keep it coming. I love seeing it.
What are they saying? What are people saying?
I got a lot on the mayor of Patterson's moves and some of the things that he's represented. Those are concerning. We are not sanctuary city. We're not going to have sanctuary cities. That's just not what we do. The president has made that clear. He's made it clear that if you have DEI policies in your schools and you have funding, you will lose that funding. So I'm going to be checking in on that, and many other things. But number one, crime, drugs, gangs. We have a lot of that on the streets, especially where my offices are in Newark and Camden and Trenton. I'll be rotating through those offices, and I can tell you that those are some of the most crime-ridden cities in New Jersey, and we got to clean it up.
Well, no, and it's so sad because you go to parts, and I grew up going to Ocean City. We went to Avalon. We went to Sea Isle. We did all that because it's really about an hour from Philadelphia. Obviously, the president has his history with Atlantic City as well, and I can remember going to the AC Boardwalk and it actually being fun.
Right.
I was a kid, but I couldn't gamble. But you go down to Wildwood, it'd be great.
It's totally changed.
Those are all my memories of New Jersey, and then of course beating them every time we play football. But
by the way, there are such beautiful parts of New Jersey.
That's the New Jersey that I want back.
Yeah, that's the New Jersey everybody wants back. It's the single most highly populated state for its size. Right. We are a huge state in a very small amount of land, and it's important. It's an important job. We got to take care of the state, or every state, and it takes everybody in a role as USA. Anybody who's in any sort of power position to clean up and make us safer needs to take that seriously and see it as a gift, which is what I do. Working with the DOJ now, I'm really excited.
Well, and so many times too is you'll go to these offices, and I have that, and you'll talk to the guys that actually do the job. They know where the bad guys are.
Oh, they know.
They know exactly where the worst of the worst are.
Yeah.
And you find out, you said, well, why don't you do anything about it? It's like Cash, and they said, oh, well, we went after the top 10 most wanted. He said, how many did you get? 10 out of 10. What do you mean you got all 10? What were they doing before?
Well, that's the thing. If you have poor leadership and poor direction, that's sometimes what can happen. So I can assure the state of New Jersey that will not be happening under my watch. I'm really so excited. I've already been having meetings. I've been speaking to Marshal's office and chiefs of police and head prosecutors in certain counties that have reached out to me in New Jersey that are excited for change, are excited for a rejuvenation of that state. So I really hope to be a helping hand there.
Well, I think it's something that, and obviously I'm sure, I know you can't talk elections, but we certainly saw the results last time around, and New Jersey was very, very close. And I think that's something that with proper governance could potentially be a trend that continues.
Yeah, I hope so. We could turn New Jersey red. I really do believe that. There's momentum right now. President Trump's agenda is working. The American people voted for it. 80 million people voted for it. And I think New Jersey is absolutely close to getting there. So hopefully while I'm there, I can help that cause. And, I'm not a political person in that role, but I can tell you that the one thing I just want to do is make it safer. And once they see that our policies do work, they work, kicking illegals out, kicking criminals out that are acting as terrorists, that are hurting our people. There was a Newark cop that was killed a few weeks ago. Paying attention to those people and strengthening the men and women that are wearing uniforms. We have to give them their power back. And I think that they lost it for a period of time in this country. So I can't wait to invigorate them and really have their backs.
No, the criminal element was given a message that they get free reign, that the crime wave is allowed to happen, and it just has to stop. And I think that's what people voted for. I think that's the mandate, and so I appreciate that this is exactly something that you're taking up. It's a huge job.
Crazy.
It's not easy. You didn't have to do this.
No, I did not. I didn't have to come here either. But you know what? It is the honor of a lifetime serve my country and do it under President Trump. It's just, what's better than this?
All right, last question.
Yes.
What's your beach in Jersey?
Oh, Manaloking. I used to go to Manaloking a lot. That's where I grew up, going up and down to Manaloking. But I was never really a Jersey Shore girl.
What?
I was not. But I live in the most beautiful part of New Jersey, and I'm in Somerset County. I think it's gorgeous. It's
really
like horse country,
yeah, that's
and
like
there's land, and it's very different than what people think. New Jersey
You go there,
is just
people
gorgeous.
go there and
I'm
they say
close
like,
to
wait,
New
this is
York.
New Jersey. What do you mean?
No, I live in a beautiful place, and I'm so glad that I got to be raised there, and then I'm going home. I can't wait. But yeah, Maniloking, if I had to pick a beach, that's
All right.
where I'd be going.
Alina Habba.
Thanks,
Godspeed
Jack.
to you.
Thank you.
Want to say thank you, of course, to the White House, to the press team for bringing us in today, for arranging these interviews, giving us a behind the scenes inside look to what's going on inside the White House. This is a testament to how the Trump administration is now reaching out to new media, to new audiences. And it's not about just us here about Human Events Daily, but everyone that we go out and touch as we share this information and tell the truth about what's going on behind the scenes of the White House here for you in the confines of the incredible People's House of the White House, really making it the People's House once more. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, you have my permission to lay ashore.